Hello all, this is Zimdala bringing Quester back for another fun adventure. So I'm going to be checking out the New Game Plus feature that we got to yesterday. I thought I'd take a couple days off, but I actually changed my mind. I want to at least get us one little bit into it. I want to see what it's like. I'm a little curious. So I'm going to look at what the retained characters and stuff. So it tells me which characters are retained. And it tells me which items I haven't yet gotten. And it will scroll through all the pages. So when this page is empty, I guess is when you're done finding them. But from what I understand, you can get them by just randomly through events in the game and by breaking blocks as you go through. So there's now a reason to break blocks again. So that's interesting. So yeah, we're gonna get out there and start exploring. So yeah. Of course, the first goal is just to make sure we're getting food, and we'll set up things the way we want to. I don't really have good equipment for most of my characters yet, so some of them are just going to be doing whatever, but I got some stuff that I don't dislike. Yeah, I guess that's what we're rolling with. It's not ideal, but we'll find some more of our better stuff. So now I know that when I do a New Game Plus, I'm going to actually clear out all the items that I never want to have and just have ones I want to. So it'll only carry over items I wanted to. I will definitely clean up my inventory better going forward. Like, I didn't know how it would pick. I didn't know it wouldn't let me pick. It would just pick the 60 best that it thought it had. And I'll be honest, it didn't pick terrible ones. It looks like it grabbed all of my pluses. So, it should have literally every one I worked on, but I definitely had some stuff I wouldn't have picked. In a general sense. If I'd known that. I was plussing it for completion's sake for our encyclopedia stuff. So another nice thing is that it did retain our purification fuel count, so we can explore a little better on each turn than we otherwise normally would. Which through the course of the game we gained like 50 extra fuel, so that's like an extra like 20% more we can just explore off the bat. So we got out here to here. So we got another quester singing to themselves. Someone new? Or is this an old friend? We discovered one of our pieces of equipment. This is a pretty good one. The antimicrobat was one of the endgame ones, so yeah. Having a good shield might not be bad. So we're just gonna kind of explore. I was like, I know the general layout of the whole place, so yeah. Which of our friends was this? Oh yeah, it was you. Okay. I don't really care for this one using, like, I'm sure they're fine, but I didn't see anything that made me want to use them over what we had. Our fighting nun, she is amazing. We don't need another one. I don't need none of them. Like, she hard carried us through the whole last game. Like, Tana here, absolutely great. And I got the two twins right here. They're gonna be perfect. I wanted them anyway. We got our scientist dude. Like, we got 5 of the characters that we wanted already. All we need to get is Bob back in the team, and then we're golden. So we got that base out. I'm gonna go to the left and try for that base. Hello, friend. So one of the things I'm going to be on the lookout for is those giant barnacles. I think they are just a random encounter, and I just think I just got unlucky not being able to find it very easily. We looked for like half an hour last time. But like I think maybe it might be easier to get in the bosses, and I'd already cleared the bosses, so that wasn't an option to go looking, you know? So we are just gonna have to keep an eye out. So here's another one of the bases. We got some material, and we got one of our weapons back. So what I should remember is that I can actually put some of these on. Like, anything that's got pluses is gonna be stronger than what we currently have. Like, you are good with dexterity, so that's not a bad choice for you. Get you a saw blade. What's this got on you? Drug? Yeah, anything with drugs is gonna be good too. More hit points? Yep. Yep. Vitality, dexterity. What do you got going on? You got a wooden bat? No, you don't. Get this dang thing on you. Keep you up here and alive, because that'll give you 20 more hit points, doubling your hit points. You're not going to be dying anytime soon. You're going to keep us floating. So we got another one of our items back, the grass sickle. That was a pretty good sword. So we already had one. I guess it saved more than one of them. What are you wearing? Electric net mail. That might be better than anything else, but let's see what the sickle had. Maybe the sickle is actually as a skill that's useful. So the nail bat has one attack that's good for, so I guess I will give you one of these sickles. So you're gonna probably just use the extensive throwing on this, so I should give you a better sickle so that you have a good attack. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna take us very long to get most of our items back, if I'm gonna guess, because there's a lot of blocks to break. I think it's gonna take longer to get our questers back. Which is probably fine, we have most of our team right now. Like, this is probably better for a boss, but like, we could do this in a slash and be pretty okay. And you've got the force. We got this for like the passive ability it had, so that's why we picked that one. So force and the power on this one is better as an attack. Yeah, so I think the other ones are fine. Ouch. Well, they got us. So I think they said that some of the stats on these things are going to be higher, but like I don't think it gave me enough of the detailed stats to really like make a determination. Because like it only tells me the HP and what skills they can do, and maybe the damage. So maybe if I'd kept track of the damage, maybe that's what it was talking about. So I'm trying to remember like what it said it did. 94 doesn't sound much different than what it was doing. And I can tell you the HP on these is not significantly more than it was, so... I don't know what's actually changed on this. To be honest. So I'm kind of curious. I could find very little information on this game overall, which I'm fine with. I can absolutely like parse my own information as I go along. Like, I visually can't remember a difference, and I don't want to start another new game just to find out. So we went left and got that one. There's another one south that I'm going to try to make my way towards. Hi, friend. But I figure if I go and unlock all the bases, that will get us some, maybe some of our questers back a little faster. Maybe get us some of our items. Because those are both one of the random events that can happen. So yeah, we're not going to open this. Well, actually I will open this door. We get plenty of keys, and this one does let us get to this vase. I like having this door open. So we got one of our muskets back. I don't really care about the musket. Like I said, now that I know, I'm going to be actually getting rid of most of those +3s that are for guns that I never want to use. Guns and weapons I don't have a plan of using. So we got one of our gold shields back. Not really helpful for our current ones, but it could be a better choice than some things they're wearing. Man, they do hit pretty hard still, like, but that was true of the last time around too. Like the beginning of the game was the roughest part of the last, the first playthrough as well. So it said we get +2 to our max level. Does that mean that we start at 24? Because last time the max was 22. Let's see if that's correct. Yeah, so yeah, the max of +2, so I guess that's nice. I don't know if it's helpful, because realistically, you were already strong enough, so I don't know if they like buffed up the stats of the enemies a little bit. It's a little hard to remember. I could probably look at an old video sometime when I was looking through the bestiary maybe, and take some comparisons on what I saw, but I don't significantly see it being different. Let's see if we got any things on I don't care about. Let's see if I can switch them out. All this really has on it is explosive, so let's see what else we'd found that we can use. Chef's kiss? Dexterity? Yeah, not important. Yep, you got nothing. You're fine. So that was the only character that had like something on that they had 0 use for. So what do I want to do now? I'm gonna clear out the area around me. Just kind of follow the wall. Yep, we got the recycler. That's a good side one because it gives us a boost to how much stuff we find. So this is a vacuum that does suction, but gives us more purification fuel from searching for resources. So that's a run extender. And not every character can even use that thing. I think you can use it though, so it's gonna go... Oh, we got 2 of them. How did that happen? Ken? I'll accept it. That does mean we can plus it. Or that means we could give another one to another character, and that might be what actually ends up happening. Because even if it reduces what attacks we can do, it's going to increase how long our runs are, which is ultimately going to be better for us. I don't think it's going to change it all that much. Other than I kind of wish I had a better second skill, but that'll fix itself. I think we're still overkill for most of these enemies. You can find me. I don't need to hunt you down. Hello, friend. You're not going to last very long, but it was nice to see you. So basically what we're missing is a lot of our plus drug gear. Once that starts popping back, we are going to be absolutely balling. Yep, we got our Crowbar 3, so you can get that mining these, not just debris. We're gonna get so much of them back. But Crowbar 3 is not that good. And we're still so fragile. It will fix itself as we level up. Alright, how's our map looking? We've mostly cleared out the middle area, so I could move my base up top now. So they got Calm Mind again. That gives another good thing for them to do with their turn, if they have an extra piece. So let's move up to Utemachi. We're gonna start exploring left. We got one of our guns back, but we're not gonna use that one probably. You're a boss. I don't know if I want to deal with you right now. Nah, no. But we cleared the way for it. I should have remembered that. Yeah, we're gonna wait on the bosses till we're close to max level, because we don't actually need to do that until that matters. That'll put us at a better chance of being able to kill whatever they're with. So in case that barnacle is a part of their boss's thing, we'll have a better chance of actually getting it before it runs. So we went left. So we're gonna go left until we connect up to this area. Then we're gonna start exploring to the right. Like, I don't think I'm gonna go as OCD with clearing every nook because I know it resets every time now and that there weren't any real secrets behind it. A lot of actual red ones. Why did they not show up at all when I was hunting? Like, that's actually kind of annoying to me. Like, they're not significantly harder, but like, it made it feel like it was trying to make it too easy for me. So unless that's a new game plus thing, where like the reds are more common, the harder enemies are more common. Which maybe that's the change that they were talking about. So here's a USB one. We're gonna see if this is different. Nope, it's the same, but it does increase our fuel level still. So each new game plus, we get to get those boosts again. Good to know. I thought so. So there are about 10 of those during the game. I was actually kind of hoping that they would give you additional story that you didn't get the first playthrough. Like, it was like a randomized like sequence of stuff that you would play through, because they kind of seemed like randomish kind of like story tidbits. But I guess not. Maybe they are just scripted. So it must continue in like the second game, because there is a second game. But I'm gonna get what's out of this game first. I want to see, like, I want to fill out the rest of the bestiary. I want to get all of the item entries and that, and I want to see all the survivors. And then any more I decide to do after that will just be whatever. So I feel like I've mostly collected up to where I can get to on this one, that the other one can't reach better, so I'm gonna start dipping to the right. Yep, we got our don't burn to death, the flamethrower that's not. It's actually a melee weapon disguised as a flamethrower, but it has a heat shield on it. I thought that was pretty funny at the time. You're another boss that we're also not going to deal with till someone's at max level. And that only counts for the first area because, like I said, this is the only area where I think we're missing a mob. Yeah, I'm looking to see for things that are different. Like the amount that they poison us is the exact same, so the poison's not stronger. And it could be that they deliberately didn't mess with the first area's mobs very much, because maybe they didn't want the beginning to be as difficult. Which is possible. But I wish they were less vague about what was different, to be honest. So yeah, I don't have it memorized where literally everything is in the game from last time, and I'm not gonna like look up a map or anything like that. I don't think this game needs it. I don't think it's benefiting yourself any by doing that. I think this game has a good time of just walking around and doing this. So Afterburner 2 is a really good item. That's a really good flamethrower and something one of our friends is going to be wearing. So that will be at the expense of one of these recyclers. I've got to decide on who I want to have that. So I might give it to her as something else that she can do because she can't actually do another action. So if I give her this, it'll at least give her something else that she can do each turn. So that when it said they got the Afterburner ones, well, notice it gave me all 3 of them. So that's something to keep in mind. So I think I have to go like into town to put like the save this item forever kind of thing. Now what I could use is a better drone than this cheap ass drone. That would be nice. But we probably don't actually need more than one really good flamethrower, to be honest. I went a little harder than I needed to on them early on, but I didn't realize it caps out so early. So I'll probably still use the attack normally, because finishing like the round is better than just lighting them on fire. But what is notable is that the fire does ignore defense. And if they're on fire, they sometimes waste their turn, like, doing what they can to stop that. So Suya has come back. Come on, Bob. Find your way back. So we got our Tonfa. Not that we want it, but we got it. Yeah, she was not one we ever used before. When did we get Gods back? Did I not notice that? Huh. Well, welcome back, God. Oh, did we start with Gods? We started with Gods. My bad. So Gods was a good character. Okay, so we went straight here. We cut down that way, but we can go farther straight down and cut into this area down this way instead this time. So we'll keep widening our explorations. We got our vacuum in. Exciting stuff. We got our katana back. We got one of our blades. Good stuff. So I think she actually wants something like that. So let's see if the katana is better for her. Slash slash joy. That does sound good. Dexterity double wield. Alright, that does seem like more your style. Then this sickle. Oh, you can't wear it. Oh no. Well, she can wear it at least. So that's not a straight up increase in power, but it does give us some options. So this is the multi-hit one. Do an attack. That's just because I don't have another better option. So we're gonna do that. And that's less about what's good for this fight and more of like an overall one, because I don't like to think too much about it on standard fights. I don't think you need to strategize this game outside of bosses. So yeah, we only have 3 pages of items, so I don't need to worry too hard about setting it. I'm gonna make sure it retains what the plus is next to stuff. Yep. So we got all the way to only needing 14 items, so I don't know how long it'll take to actually finish that, but that's basically how long I plan on doing it until I fill out that book. I think it might take a while. I think it's gonna be stubborn. Hello, friend. I think very quickly we'll find enough of our items to be balling. We're already kind of balling, but we're not, like, face rolling yet. So as you can see, we've cleared out most of what's up here. We didn't get much food though the last couple of days, which is not the most worrying, but still not super great for us. But it does mean we can't move our base, so... I'm gonna go this way, fight some more enemies, and hopefully get some food along the way. This should give us something Some of these enemies drop food. Like, I think the mushrooms can only drop food. So yeah, we got 10 food from that fight. Was this the ideal path to take? Not really, but I mean, we have enough extra purification powder that we don't need to be ideal at all. We have enough extra to get around, technically, that having a slightly inefficient room is perfectly fine. Come on. There we go, we got our katana. So, I'd actually prefer if we didn't do this for us, but we got 2 of our items back, I guess. I guess it's going to prioritize items back over new items. Makes sense. We also didn't get enough to actually move our base yet either, so. Because of the way I cleared it, I can cut through the main part right here down and get those 2 food, the food right here, and go around like here. So I'm gonna do a food run. But like, I was close enough to being able to do a little bit more mapping right there that I wanted to get that done that last run. Keep in mind, we're in no danger of actually not meeting our quota. If we want to find food, we can reach half the food things every single round. I've just been prioritizing exploration over gathering. This first area is a little more sparse of resources than some of the later ones. Like, the monsters don't drop nearly as much. Yep, we got our Glock back. Exciting stuff. But yeah, as you can see, it's definitely not going to take us anywhere near as many runs through to actually finish an area as the first time we played through. So a lot of what we were doing before was like gathering items because we didn't have very strong weapons in some parts, and we did some farming that we're just not going to have to do this time. We have to wait till it kind of missteps. Like that. So we got Koyuki. We got our kitchen knife spear back. I don't remember which one Koyuki was or if it's a new one, so we'll find out. I think it prioritizes ones that come back before it has a chance of giving us anything new though, so. Which I kind of wish wasn't the case. I want a chance at something new, to be honest. I know the other ones are going to come back. But it's okay. I'll forgive it. Are you new? Oh, you are actually straight up new. My bad. My bad. It gave me a new one. This is a character we didn't have before. I complained for nothing. My bad. So yeah, this is a new one. She's a mobile police officer, and that's definitely something she is. Nice. That definitely looks like a police officer to me. Tokyo's a wild place, my friends. Like, nothing in this game makes me think anything out of the ordinary is happening. This is just what Tokyo is like. Yeah, so we're only missing 11 characters now. We're down to 8 pages of missing items. We can move our base now. That's my bad. Where do we want to go to? Left side. Guess we'll do the left side. I'm actually debating going straight for the bottom one because we can cut left and go up once, and that's probably just a more efficient use of our moves because we're probably going to clear that area pretty fast too, to be honest. Not that we really have to worry about efficiency much, to be honest. I still wish there was a way to turn that particular message off. It might have been useful to know in the beginning of the game, but at this point, I hope it's well known that I know that pretty readily. So yeah, we're mostly cleared out on this area, so looks like I might have been right at that point. It wouldn't have mattered, like, we are doing just fine. So we got our bayonet back. Cool beans. We're gonna loop back around when we're done, so I'm gonna go up this left side and then down it, so I'm not really running from those enemies or anything. They just weren't really going anywhere either. So I'll just go straight right. I don't know if this way actually loops up, but it might. What I do know is there was a way into that area that didn't involve the doors. We'll just go up and right and around like we did last time. Like I said, there's no particular reason not to open them. They give you enough keys. But also, I want to have a couple keys in new areas just to have, so I have options without having to go scavenge for them. So yeah, we got our auto EV conversion. This was a good skill. I'm kind of wondering if they get their skills in a random order, so I'm going to kind of keep keep track of it, so I think they get all the same skills, but maybe there is a randomization thing to it. That would be interesting. But there might not be. That might be just a hope rather than actuality. Okay, so as you can see, we've mostly cleared our way this way, and we got our next space. So what do we got? One of the questers. Bob! We got Bob back! Fantastic. He was one of our boss killers last time. He's basically our stand-in for our Stealer. So our Stealer is doing good work for us. Don't get that twisted, but a powerhouse is not what they are. So for actually fighting tough bosses, that is a better choice, is just have someone who is a specialist in that department. So Bob's back. Nice. So we are poking our nose towards the maximum level, but it's not that close. So we're gonna go... Okay. So I think we are gonna have to open one door. It doesn't really matter which one. I'll probably do this upper one, because as you can see, like, I think the 3 doors are gonna be sealed off, but I'm gonna go up and clear out this side corridor. One more run that way. Because we're getting to the point where we're either going to have to start killing bosses or opening doors or both, so... I don't think we can get through without killing any bosses, so... I was just hoping to get some of my better weapons back. So there's a tiny barnacle. We don't care about these, but it's probably dead as heck anyway. Well, I guess we could upgrade that drone we have, even if we don't do anything else with it. We can at least be stronger. Hi there, you're a stronger variant. Like, I don't remember seeing any red ants the first playthrough when I went at the end game to look for it, so maybe they are just more likely on New Game Plus. Maybe it's not the stats that are increased, but like how many you are fighting, which would make it more difficult. I would actually welcome that change. I would like to have harder enemies regularly, like harder groups of enemies regularly. It'd also be good for leveling up faster. Like, look at you, you're just a straight up red guy sitting in the middle there. Makes me want to go back and try to fight you, cause like, I didn't get to fight very many of these harder ones. Sure, let's do it. I'll fight. Show me what you got, guys. We're not in a rush. Yeah, see. More just extra mushroom. Doesn't matter. But like I didn't get a chance. I do really find the gameplay loop of this fun regardless, though. The way it's constantly exploring and killing enemies and leveling up, getting items, like that's a good gameplay loop for me. So you got Roar again. Roar's a good distraction, so it'll help if I went during bosses. I mean, heck, I'll go right here. Let's clear out this area. I forget if this way is a dead end or not. I saw the food. Now, not only does attacking this food actually increase how long my run goes, but also has a chance of giving me some of my items back. I wasn't sure if this way was a dead end or not. Still not entirely sure. But it is. Cool. Now we know for sure. Yeah, we're just trucking right along. But yeah, like, it hasn't even been like an hour yet and we've already mapped out like I want to say like 60-70% of this area. By the end of the first like 2 hours, we'll probably be about done with it, if I was to guess. Like we got our shotgun back. So it's not one we want, but it's at least off the item list now. So gives us options. And getting them back's fine because I was actually building some of them up still towards their encyclopedia, so we can continue the encyclopedia as well, so it's not a waste to keep them. But anything I'm actually done with, we can feel okay about just dropping. So you got hide again. I don't like hide very much, but it's fine for you to have it. Healing prayer, that's fine. It came in handy once or twice. Increase output's a good one. Gives her something to do with an extra point if she ends up with one, but I don't think it's gonna really come up too much. So we can actually move our base. We're gonna move to the right here. We're gonna probably open up this door right here. Nihon Bashi. We are here. Let's clear out this corner. So I noticed that little one actually had more hit points. Had 14. Is it just not reflected on this? So maybe its stats are a little higher. Maybe it has a little more hit points to remember. Or maybe it's random. I'm gonna keep a closer eye on it. So like you've got 62, 25, 26. If I look this guy up, I'm gonna try to figure this out. So yeah, he's got 14 more hit points than normal, but the attacks are not harder. You just have to fight him for longer. I guess that makes it a reasonably higher challenge if they don't hit you harder, but you have to fight them a little longer. But I don't really think it makes that big of a difference. That will probably be different for bosses, though. Let me see if that's true across the board. So 62, yep. You are at 33, so I'm gonna see if it's just the hit points. Because I might have pinned down what's different. Which friend was this? Yep, so it has 7 more, so maybe it's a 25% increase. So the biggest tell would be that 14 increase, because theirs is even. Let's see. So that's actually closer to a 30% increase. See if that tracks. Yeah, that looks like that tracks the other one. So like it looks like it's about a 30% increase. Now if I get one with a higher value, I might be able to get a more accurate number, but that looks like about a 30%. So they got 30% more hit points. It doesn't seem like there was a change to like the attack damage from what I've seen so far, but I'll keep an eye on it. So we got our modified brush cutter again. That's one of the mechanical weapons. Sharp stone. So we are chewing our way through our items, which we can see at any time. So we got 10 friends to bring back. 30, 60, there's a lot more items on here than I thought there would be. I thought it said it was only going to save 60 items, but it looks like it saved up my entire inventory, so maybe that was a mistake. Maybe I needed to really clear that out, because I don't really want to bring my entire inventory over. That could be a problem. So yeah, we're going to open this door. There's no way to open the wrong door, because you will always find enough keys. Like, they did a good job designing it. I guess when we go back to town, we should actually consider upgrading some of the stuff we've got in. If it's something we're using. I guess monsters just surviving more likely the first round might mean we might take more damage overall. Look at this guy. Just guarding that chest. Like I said, we're leaving the bosses open. Yeah, so this is the same story, but we got another 5 dwarf fuel. We're gonna leave these guys open till we need to level up. I'm still holding out for some of our better weapons. Like, something's gonna come through that I'm gonna love. You gotta realize it doesn't matter whether it does or doesn't come through too much, because we already have some decent weapons on most of them. I'm just being, I guess, a little bit extra about it. So Kirikawa came home. We got our cowboy back. That's a pretty good gun. Well, I'm glad you made your way back. We didn't really utilize you a whole lot, but you are welcome back. So we're mostly using him for the recycler and stuff. So he also has access to that better thing at like 30 or 40, unless it's changed, where he gets everyone healed every round too eventually. So I want to say when she reaches level 22, 24, I'm going to switch her out for Bob and let Bob catch up. Yeah, we're going to get out there and go back to the door. But yes, I know this is the same way I went through this area the first time, and it worked out well for me. That's why I'm doing it again. Because, like, that lets me explore the whole thing in one direction around it, rather than having to loop in both directions when I go through with the other doors. I know I said we'd upgrade the weapons and we didn't. I will remember one of these times, I swear. But we're still having fun, we're doing good. No worries. So we got our handmade bomb back, cool stuff. We are getting a little low on fuel, but that's okay. We made it pretty far. Look at how far we got. There is a base we're gonna run into in one of the directions. You see, I don't mind at least one of them sitting at max level, because essentially syncing them up will be good too. Some of them started at much lower level. Most of the time we ended up capped as it was, so get back here. You're gonna end up in a bad spot. So we got Dobrock back. We got a bunch of food. Cool. That did unfortunately chew a little bit into our reserves, but it did get one of our questers back, so I can't argue with results. Yep, We got our modified electric heater, one of our mechanical items, I think. Oh hey, we did want to get one of these. So we got 75 materials and our rebar back. Okay. I think most of the directions do loop back into themselves, so we don't have to worry too much about it. Yep, so that's another one of our Buddhists. So we can move our base down this way. We got our old syringe spear, and yeah, that might be something better that she can use, because she did like syringe spears quite a lot. So we're gonna at least look at it, because the bigger thing is it had drugs on it, which gave us a boost to our healing. So that's one of the things we've really been missing, is our passive healing, but unfortunately this one is one of the ones that did not have it, so it's absolutely useless to us, unfortunately. That would be an example of one of the weapons I am going to get rid of when I clean up this run. Because we don't need to be finding all these weapons we realistically can't use, so. I'm going to end up making multiple copies of the useful level 3s. And I do think I started that process last time, as I did not get rid of any ones that were extra of items I thought were useful, so we might get some of those. I also kept a couple of every kind of useful accessory. Although maybe I should start getting rid of the ones I never felt like I should have used, which is not something I fully did. And it might not have saved them. Like, I think it didn't pick literally everything. You actually got a second round in? That's kind of wild. It is an enemy we haven't fought yet on this run yet, though, so. Those enemies only start showing up here. Well, this didn't mean to start this fight. I'm not gonna worry about it for a second. I know I probably could have taken that, that's true. But I'm also not trying to win the post fights yet. I think when we do want to win them, we'll win them all very easily and handily. I think our weapons are pretty good. We'll go through and do a victory tour. For now, I'd much rather get the exploration part sorted. This time I'm gonna remember. So what are our characters using? Actually, let's go out here, find our friends, and remove anything that they're using that I don't want them to be. Okay. So we are using a Nailbat recycler. I'm not gonna upgrade that one. I want to have a second recycler. I'm not going to go too far into upgrading until I know what I do and don't have already maxed, so that's just going to chill for a second. Yep, and just like I said before, I'm going to cycle you out for our friend Bob. So I am going to take your equipment off. That's just probably fine. Let's think about what you got going on. So currently you have no particular preference for what you wear other than it being shooting, dex, vitality, or melee. But from what we have, like, you were using the swords in the end, and that was really good for you. But that may not be what you end up starting with. We don't have really strong swords yet. The katana is not bad. And maybe I go and get that for you, because that would work out pretty good on you. Who's utilizing the katana? So katana is not bad for you, but also you don't necessarily need to have it. You know what? You're gonna dual wield katanas. Who's gonna stop us? Because it has 2 passives that help you. What accessories are we actually have that might be useful? Not much. Not much. Honestly, first aid kits. Anyone I have that has something that they don't need. Give us more drugs. What the heck am I thinking? We got some first aid kits. Get them on, people. That's more useful than anything else you could be wearing. That's my own bad. I'd rather you guys were meleeing than that. Most bow rounds last 1, but the extra healing probably work out better. Did I not put you in here? Well, considering I made it work the way I did, it might not matter what they have on them. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna go down here and clear this out. Like, I don't know why I didn't consider that fully mapping. This might be a good idea, but I didn't do it. You know what? I might have changed my mind. Let's clear this door out. We'll see if the enemies change too. Maybe it'll be a harder door. I don't think it'll be a problem regardless, though. Yeah, it's just the door. Okay, if it's just the door, it doesn't matter. I think it's just dead. Yeah, we got our 2 levels up cap. So here we got a camera. Cameras was a good item to have for the whole game. So I wonder if this one's scripted. You're going to have the camera. Because like leveling up all of our other characters, while not especially the most useful, is still fine because we have way more materials than we could ever spend otherwise, so I'm fine with it. I like to see what they learn too. Like, I can also see a case where I might want to switch something out if I have a harder time in New Game Plus, so in my opinion, it's fine to experiment that way. Yep, and this time we can go this way and clear this out. We can also go up north and do that, because like we didn't actually finish that way, so that might be a better play. We got one of our pistols back. Hello, friend. So we got 2 male bats. Cool. We are getting a decent amount of food from these enemies now, so maybe it's just the starting mobs that don't give much. Here's another base. We got materials. And our titanium hammer back. Hi, boss. We're not going to worry about you for a hot second. But we are going to enjoy that new base soon. Because that is a little closer to the front lines. Another thing I noticed is maybe I didn't pick up enough of the pink treasure chests in this area, because that might be some of the items I'm missing. I didn't really spend much time farming in this area for items. And there aren't that many pink treasure chests. There's the one up here and the one down there and the one on the left, so I can hit this one a couple times on the way through. Let's give it a try. Who's gonna stop us? Even with our stealer, huh? It was kind of hard to get in. Interesting. Got another injection sphere. Let's see if this one's better. Yep, this one is much better. Okay. Is it better enough to switch both of what it has going on? Not yet. I think the HP up is going to be very helpful. Another one of our friends that might not go down regularly is probably going to be a big help, actually. Especially when it's the healer. Yeah, that's a new character. We don't actually have any idea what she learns as she levels up. I think it's funny how the attack on this is still higher, but that's fine. I'm making sure which way has which things to explore still. So we got the tri-segmented Vidon back. Cool. I'm glad that this looped up and around. And it's catching up to the other door. So like I said, all the places actually do connect to each other. Nice to see Bob catching up nicely. So like both Bob and her kind of filled the same role in a way, so cycling between them to keep them leveled up is just fine. I did level up quite a few characters last time just to see them because I thought they might be better than they were, but and like I won't lie, Shota was pretty good. Shota surprised me. But we needed something less glass cannon-y for bosses, so in the end we needed to vary it up a little bit. Do we want to move? No, we're good here. We haven't quite found a better one. And we haven't reached max level yet again, so we'll start tapping these bosses one at a time as we reach max levels. As you can see, we got like 600 food. We could totally afford to move around almost as much as we want now, because we're so mobile with all of our purification powder. Feel extra that we can just get more food. I'm really glad that the survival elements of this game aren't especially challenging, because I could see that being an unpopular mechanic with players. It's enough to make you think about it a little bit, but not enough to actually get in your way very much. And yeah, they're not kidding. This barnacle is rare, because we've fought an entire area's worth of places and not seen it once. And granted, we did this one faster. I don't remember having any trouble finding all of the other monsters at all in the first playthrough. So I'm still holding out hope that you can force pop it with the boss monsters. Maybe it's something that really is only likely to happen with the bosses. So we got the larger first aid, so that's actually an increase of how many drugs I think we get. Yep. Let's stack up the drugs. Did I get just one, or did I get more? Let's take a look. Oh, just one. Just one's fine. That's fine. And you got gunfire, so it gives you a better chance to do damage with shooting a magnum. Are your skills randomized? Oh no. Bob, you're not going to be the powerhouse you once were? Do I have to check out the other ones of your class? Oh no. Maybe he already had that. Maybe that's just we'll let him level up. I was really hoping, because like he has the two of the skills we really want. He has the extra hit points. He also has the extra AP, so he's still fine. He's a great character. But I was really hoping for melee again, because I really liked how that shaped up. But I guess if it's building towards guns, we do have a couple of gun options. We can start looking at him. We do have the cowboy. The cowboy and Glock combo is actually pretty good. And someone already has the extra magazine on, the bigger one, so we have extra bullets to play with. So this is probably fine. I really hoped you were going to be melee, man. I like melee a lot better. But yeah, let's look at our characters. We're nearly max again. We're going to take out this guy in front of us, but we're going to take a quick look at the items we've gotten, see if we've gotten something better. So Hyper Punch Kun's okay. Let's see if we gotten something a little stronger in that same category. I kind of let it sat on it. So Power Shotgun's not going to do it for us. Old Musket, what you got going on? You're not as strong, so it's just gonna be you. You're on the Hyper Punch Kun. That's fine. It's not ideal, but it's fine. I really wish I'd gotten a better drone. I was pretty sure that's one I've never maxed out, so I just did it. Okay, so we are heading out. We're gonna bop this boss. I'm hoping it has something special for us. We're going to try a few times to see if the enemies change. Oh, they do change! Alright. So I'm gonna try until it sees if it forces like a better spawn for us. Because I can actually waste a whole bunch of turns. I've got a lot of food. I will happily try to force pop this. So it can be just a single one of these guys? That's so random how much different that is. I'm willing to waste a few days on this. I'll go fight one of the walls to get more levels if I need to. This is a way to fight a hard enemy that might have it in it over and over again and not have to go anywhere because it's right by this base. Alright, let's move our base. Let's come up and start fighting some of these other bosses. So do we want to do... I think we're going to go after this door guy up here first. Alright, Dora, what you got going on? Shootity shoot shoot, shootity shoot shoot, triple shoot. Blamity blam blam. So yep, we're now at 316. There's that. Cool. Such key. Now where do we want to go? Let's just take a tour around and kill some of the usual suspects. I mean, what else are we gonna do? We're not gonna reach any new territory. And hey, if we level up enough that we need to kill another boss, then that's fine. We got 2 more close to us. We'll do 1 a turn. Like, I can kill all the other ones right now, because as long as I can keep going in and out of that fight and changing that one, I can just sit there on that fight. So maybe I'll go and do a tour of these other little bosses, because I only need to keep one alive in case that's what it is. And it won't be a problem because I've already gotten a +2 to level from the New Game Plus. We got our AAD again. AAD is pretty good. Don't think it does as much for us as what we have right now. We can look at it. I don't want to look at it that way. What does AAD do again? So it's just one drug, so it's not anywhere good as what we have, but it adds a resuscitate, so yeah. We're going to be dropping AEDs compared to that in the end game. Let's go try to get to that other boss. We can probably reach it. Hello, my friend. You're a bunch of seahorses. Get stunted on. You killed our weakest member. How could you? Wait. Hello, friend. Alright, so that actually clears out all the bosses that we know of, other than that one. So we can afford to switch there, not this next day, because it's actually going to be a new cycle, but the day after that. So Chi has returned. That gives us 7 that we haven't seen yet. Hey, it's you. You were fun. I think it's actually Chi A. My bad. That's already 15 of them back, so it's 7 more. That will just put 3 characters we haven't seen. So we are actually filling up our roster, so yeah, we can make a big cycle around the bottom. Maybe there'll be enough goodies to get back here to the top right one, but we're just gonna make a big loop around. And then we can basically waste up to 9 days on it once we get enough food. So I'm hoping we can get all the food we need in one day, but if it takes more than one day, it's okay. We can cover a surprising amount of ground and fight a lot of enemies when we don't have to... Hey, Afterburner too, huh? I actually didn't expect to find them in this area, but maybe they are out here. I wish that the big barnacles showed up, not just the little ones. Hello, friend. What do you got going on? Just a mushroom? Fine. So I thought about it. I'm gonna look for an enemy that has an easily calculable amount of HP that we will eventually fight. So these guys have 101, so we'll have a good chance at seeing what they give us too, as well as these guys. But yeah, 50 to 65 is a pretty clear 30% roughly. But we'll get a more, see if it's exact with like 101 or 201. Interesting that there's none that are even though. Yeah, I guess not. That is kind of interesting. I wonder if they were just intentionally picking random ass sound numbers just so they wouldn't be used for the enemy of OCD people. Yeah, there does seem to be a bigger distribution of harder enemies. I do think that is a thing that's changed, even though it didn't directly mention it. This definitely seems like more of the harder variants than before. So it was definitely just mostly blues. Now I'd say purple's more the average. Okay, so we got about half of the food that we needed. So hopefully one more day will push us towards it. Stronghold's fun. That's not a bad one for you to have. So rethinking the way we did it, maybe we should have gone through the center, gotten these, and then up in here. So that's fine. Because there is more food right here. I wonder if New Game Plus just keeps stacking that, like 30% more HP every New Game Plus. So we got the Pan gun. What do you have going on with that? Is that a... What kind of gun is that? You're a shotgun, okay. Not a better gun either. I thought it might be a shotgun, but like I didn't keep track of where it was on the scale. Blackhawk's pretty good. That might be a solid improvement from the current thing we're using. Let's see. Happily take an upgrade to our drone. Yeah, not by much, but it is a better one. You gotta be kidding me. We are surviving a decent amount better now that everyone has like a bunch more HP overall. Got another item back. I'm still hoping we'll reach 230, but it is a little closer than I would like. Nope. Doesn't look like it's the most likely thing, but never say never. Maybe these minerals will extend it again. We can get up to these guys. Prototype injector. Yeah, it got extended at least. And it depends a little bit on what happens here. 14. Not the most likely thing. Nah, I think it's gonna be just shy. Son of a biscuit. Well, another option we have is we could move bases and then not fight it for one of them and just go exploring. That is still the closest base to where we were progressing. And we could go off and kill the boss of this area. That is also an option. He probably is close enough to reach. Looking at it, we are like right there. Let's go on a little bit of a journey. Let's see if we can't, yeah, I'll fight this guy. If nothing else, that will get us pretty close, but I guess we're gonna keep the strategy of coming over to fight these guys and get the pink item. Because we're still looking for a bunch of accessories we never got, and maybe they're hiding in this first area. Well, that was a decent amount of food, at least. Well, it's good to get our items back, so. We're missing 7 characters still, and down to 7 pages of items out of 9. Well, at least he didn't get all the way away. We got Sarai. I wonder if that's a new one or a old one. I'll look at it. Oh no, we had her. It's actually Sarai, I guess. Still pretty good. Well, don't mind me. I'm gonna come look to see if I can force pop the missing enemy. As this is set to a decent difficulty, so it should have a chance of popping in. I just understand this is extremely rare anyway. So I might have to throw away a few days doing this, but we have plenty of food. That's the only concern for time. Sads. I'm usually pretty lucky. We'll get this. It's also not enough to encounter it, you have to also kill it, I believe, so. That was a productive adventure. I bet you guys at the base are really impressed at watching us run in here, just piss these guys off and run away from them over and over again, huh? Come on, you know you want to give me something more interesting. You gave us a little one. Give us something else. You gave us two little ones. That's also something else, but do better. Show us the money. His name is not Money. Do better. His name is also not Money. Well, 2 days of adventure. Let's give it another try. I'm willing to keep going. Not Money. Still not Money. Well, he just brought you a little one, huh? The other guy wanted to stay home? Or did he grow up? Maybe they're just growing old and dying and sometimes replaced by a baby one. I think they'll sometimes have an extra baby and he'll run off, but I mean... eventually they'll attract a barnacle. I believe in it. You can do it. I had 2 babies. You guys were busy. And you're all by yourself. Poor you. There we go. Here's our barnacle. You failed to escape. Good. You failed to escape. Good. Did we do it? We did it. That's all I wanted, was to get you on this list. Phew. Now we don't have to worry about this kind of thing again. Fantastic. Sorry if that was a little frustrating to anyone watching. I also didn't really want to do it that way. That was a little too rare of an enemy. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna end off with us fighting the final boss of this area, and seeing how we do. But that's still a high note for me, at least. I finished the bestiary. And now the game's gonna probably troll me. It'll probably show up regularly now. But it's fine. I got what I wanted from it. There's also the chance that I fought it before. But as you see, I couldn't kill it even with my overpowered weapons immediately either. So that was actually pretty close itself. So... I guess maybe the play would have been to save it as a boss entirely for like the future and come back like at the end game. Oh, it's a pretty good skill. I will say, you didn't get this skill last time. So I think your skills are randomized per playthrough. Or from, yeah. So we may end up having to change up our team, depending on how that works out. Because basically we want at least 2 or 3 people. We need those 3 on the end to all have the drugs heal you passive skill. But we should be living on Golden Street now. We just have to find the boss in the next little base. Maybe we're getting close. There's not really much else to go that way. It's pretty ironic that we get the bonus for killing enemies and then they don't give us any enemies. So, there is that. Look at us. Actually ridiculous. Materials and a safety helm. Fantastic. One of our items back. I'm going to Kasumi Gaseki. And we are going to come say hello to our friend the boss. There's also a chance that they'll kill us. Here in front of the stairs is covered with vines. You know that's plant. It's a monster that entangles with its vines and sucks victim's blood. There's this huge one, and there are some small ones as well. It's going to be a fierce battle. Time to face the challenge. I don't think this is going to be a bad fight. This is not one of the big 3 anyways. It's just blocking the way to the next area. Okay, so it also is going to raise our fuel capacity. I'll take that. And here we are back here. Hello, fish. So 79. I'm going to make sure that lines up with the 30% we're seeing. There, see if there's like a bigger increase in later areas. 18. Nope, that sounds about right. Yay! There we go. That's a stronger version of the nail bat. One of me is using a nail bat. Unless I changed it. Yeah, I did. Oh well. How about you? You think you want to use a nail bat? Let's take a look. Can you even use a nail bat? You might not be able to. Bite index. Well, your dex ain't great. I mean, your dex is good, but your bite ain't. What is unfortunate is that your melee is also not that good. So you definitely look like you're more aimed towards shooting, unfortunately. Hello, Walking Dead. Well, at least we're finding Blackhawks. I can at least upgrade that other drone. Yep, these guys are one of the test ones I was going to use. 30%. Looks like right about on the dot. We were already pretty sure. Well, huh. I don't think it's gonna be another turn, but I'll still plan for it. Okay, so. I mean, I guess this means that we may end up having to change out some of our other usual friends as time goes on, but we're gonna find out. We're gonna level them up. We're not doing bad right now. Is that the problem? Huh. Well, butts. This is why I don't like relying on the guns. You end up in something like this, where most severe weapon damage is from something that was only good for like a round or two. Oh, we got one of the keys. We got our survival knife back. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to try a few times to really get in there. Well, Bob, it seems like you're not exactly leveling up like I was hoping, so maybe I'll switch out for our friend down here. See how she starts developing. What do you got going on over here? Don't really care for Dragonfly Slash and Justice, but Justice is okay, I mean. I guess you only have one skill I don't like. I don't necessarily have to use guns on you. I guess I didn't really have, like, that strong of alternatives, though. I guess the bigger problem is that he is using guns. And he's not that strong. With guns, that is. So maybe with that sense, I could maybe move him off to something he's a little better with. Like, I guess I could give him this afterburner as well, and maybe get him something better going on. The problem is that, like, the attack on this, while pretty good, what I want to give him is an airstrike, but he doesn't have the extra AP for that. So I gotta wait till he gets an accessory that can do it, I guess. That has its own adventure going on. See if I can't get you something you're a little better at using, though. That doesn't use bullets. There's gotta be something. A mechanical weapon you might be okay with, but vitality's really not, and melee is not your strong suit, so we need to get one that's not melee based. Was that the problem? Hyper Punch Kun's melee? Is that why you're sucking? Yeah, that makes sense. That tracks. I'm sorry, my guy. That isn't gonna work for you. Wish I had one of the more advanced ones of these bombers that actually was good at that. At things that weren't. I mean. Do I just give you an air raid thing and call it an air raid? See, these are melee, and I don't want melee. Man. Don't you hate when it just doesn't give you quite what you want? I guess his shooting's not bad. Maybe I can find one of these that uses shooting that doesn't have, like, ammo. Maybe this edged boomerang's fine. It's not ideal, obviously. I can do one that gives him, like, extensive throwing. So, I guess that's what I'm doing with him. I just want to get him off the ammo train. That buckshot just ain't it for him. So let's start modifying your Black Hawk at least. Oh, I gotta get these guys unequipped. Okay. So Afterburner 2 is probably one I want to have more than one of, so I'll start leveling that up. I'll worry about the recycler later. But yeah, I'm really excited that we got our extra bestiary, and yeah, I'm gonna pop this off at this point. I'll probably hold off on this for a little bit, but I wanted to get my teeth into it. I wanted to maybe get that bestiary figured out, and we did it. We did all the things I wanted so far, so I'm happy about it. We even dug into the next area on the first stream. But anyways, thank you for watching if you have, and I hope you have a great day. You take care.